Lingua is an AI-powered learning management system for world language education. Lingua allows teachers to create high-quality reading, listening, writing, and speaking assignments custom-tailored to their own classroom curriculum in just a few seconds, with every submission automatically graded against the teacher's own rubrics and grading instructions, with students provided with extensive personalized feedback on exactly where they need to improve. There are 8 different types of assignments in Lingua that teachers can create. Reading assignments, which are passages along with authentic comprehension questions. Listening assignments, which are authentic audios along with comprehension questions. Writing assignments, which are prompt based writing tasks, which are automatically graded against teacher rubrics. Oral assignments, which can either be prompt based speaking tasks and a discussion with an AI character, or a combination of both of these two parts, all graded against teacher rubrics. Voice chat, which is a conversation with an AI character on a specified topic with feedback provided to the student. Chat, which is a text conversation with an AI character on the topic, and 2 types of skill quizzes: grammar quizzes, which test understanding of grammar concepts, and vocab quizzes, which test knowledge of vocabulary words on a certain unit. Teachers can set up Canvas gradebook integration so that their grades will automatically be synced to Canvas. Look at student performance analyses to know exactly how students are performing. Build their own custom rubrics to use for the auto grading of assignments, and see per student analytics for each student, as well as class-wide analytics to see trends across students in the class. Teachers also have access to Linguaverse, which is an online digital teacher community where teachers can share assignments they've created and download assignments that other teachers have created to use in their own class. Teachers can also use Deo, which is an AI teacher agent that allows teachers to very quickly make assignments for their classes and edit assignments without them having to go through this and do this manually. Lingua currently supports 5 different languages: Spanish, French, Italian, German, and English for ESOL. Now let's take a look at how it works. This is the teacher dashboard page. So let's go inside this course, and then we can create an assignment. So like I mentioned earlier, there's 8 different types of assignments here. So let's create a reading assignment. Let me enter in the details and then choose how many passages I want. And then for each passage, I'm going to specify the topic of the passage, choose a passage type, and then either write a passage description or generate it with AI. And let's do it for the other 3. Now that we're ready, let's proceed to the reading builder. So now the passages will generate meeting the criteria that we specified. So we can see here, here's the article, here's a blog post, and here is the email. So we can make any edits we would like, either manually or by suggesting them to the AI, and the AI will enhance them. But when we're ready, we can generate questions over here, choosing from 9 different question types. So let's generate these. Or we can let the AI decide which question types itself. So we can just say, generate 5 questions, and it'll pick whichever ones fit best. So we can see here the different variety of question types, each one with its own answering style, and we can edit any of the information as necessary. Some question types, like free response, require AI grading. So since not every student is going to have the exact same response, this will be given to the AI along with this response guidance on what to look for, and the student will be assigned a score based on that. So once we're happy with the assignment, we can click Save and Publish and fill in some publish options over here with some different options here, as well as visibility, attempts, things like that, as well as the timeline. And then we can publish the assignment. So for each different assignment type here, you follow a similar process of building out the assignment. For example, with listening assignments, you can choose the audio format as well as questions. Let's take a look at an audio.
Hola Sofía, ¿cómo estás?
Hola Mateo, estoy bien, gracias.
And we see the questions here, as usual. We can also create writing assignments, which can either be submitted through Lingua's digital text editor or as a handwritten image upload. So let's take a look at that. So we can click on the submission here and go straight to the student's work. So we can see here they uploaded this PDF with the work, and all the scoring is here. We can click here to look at a markup and see exactly how the student performed. And the student can also see this as well, so they know where to improve, as well as some additional feedback over here. For oral assignments, we can specify one of three formats. So this is a conversation, which is like a Q&A with an AI character. There's also a presentation, which is just speaking on based on a prompt. And there's also a combined, which is both this prompt-based speaking and an AI conversation. So let's take a look at the submission here. So here, the teacher can see the student's full recording. They can listen to it.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Hoy quiero hablar.
Sí, pienso que es. And they can see the transcript and the rubric breakdown here with the markup as well. And you can also click on the rubric here to see a full rubric breakdown. We also have chat assignments, which is a topic-based discussion with a character via text, and voice chats, which is basically the same thing except it's a voice conversation rather than a text conversation. Both of these provide students extensive feedback so they know where to improve their speaking skills. And lastly, we have the grammar quiz, which are grammar questions which can be just generated in just seconds by the teacher, focus on the grammar skills they want to test their students on. And vocab quizzes, which test students on a vocab bank based on a topic or theme that the teacher is covering in class, which also the teacher can generate in seconds for their students. So before we take a look at the student side, let's take a look at just a few more teacher side features. So one of the big ones is Linguaverse. This is an online community forum where teachers can share assignments, can post assignments that they've created, and can search for other assignments that other teachers have created to use in their own class. For example, if they're interested in making an assignment about this topic, they can also choose a filter here and search, and then they can find an assignment about that. So as more teachers use Lingua, this postings board will grow. And you can also view your own assignments and upload your own assignments from your classes as well. Lastly, we have Deo over here, which is an AI teacher agent that can create and edit assignments for the teacher. For example, we can say, create 2 writing assignments on hobbies and pastimes for my Italian 1 class, both due next Friday. And then now Deo will go and build these out. There we go. And now when it's done, we can go and take a look at it. And it's been all built out. We can also change options for it. For example, for both of them, make results visible only after the due date. And we see here that results are only visible after the due date. One last thing here on the teacher's side is that we can go to Performance Insights here and see a detailed breakdown of how students performed. And we can also see some insights here, which will tell us how what the strengths and weaknesses are of students on this assignment. We can also look at a particular student and look at how they've performed, see a skill overview, and see performance progress to see how they're progressing in the class. In grades and analytics, we can see here a full grade book of the class, a skill overview on how students are performing overall, and the performance progress of the averages across all students on all assignments over time. Now, when we log in as a student, we can also enter the course and see the list of all the assignments that we have to complete. To complete an assignment, we can just open it up and take the assignment. So, for example, for a reading assignment here, the student is able to highlight text to help them mark it up and understand it. And if a teacher enables it, they can also see a translation for the word and add it to their vocab list. And they can also write notes over here based on to help them understand the reading. Then they can answer the questions. When the student is ready, they can submit the assignment and they'll see all the results over here, how they performed, and some feedback. Students are also able to see insights on their strengths and improvement areas, and also their performance progress in the class. They can also click on this Learn tab over here where they can see their vocab lists, and they can practice grammar conjugations and chat with an AI assistant uh, to get help on studying certain concepts. Overall, Lingua is a robust tool that can be used in the classroom to help teachers create and grade assignments in just seconds while helping students get the quality instruction and feedback they need to learn and grow and acquire the language.